Welcome back, brick fans, to Terrascal Bricks. This is, I think, video number 8, but I did find out after looking back through my videos that this is actually going to be box number 7. I might have incorrectly referred to the last box as box number 7, but that is not the case. I counted all my empty boxes. I only had 7 after I was, I'm sorry, 6 after I was last done the last video, so we are on 7 now. I did end up, as you'll see here, I did end up having to put the Legos into a different box due to the rips that were on the side of the box on this end. Yeah, good boy, Doodles. And as you can see, this box was slightly smaller because it's completely filled, this box. So this box is going to be moved to the side as we start a new one. And we got a dog cameo in this one. This video will have a brief pause as I go to bring down the new box, which is going to be a lot larger. So this will buy me a lot more time. And we'll start with the next sortation box. So be right back. All right, so here I have a brand new empty box. It's much taller and larger than my last box and in very good condition. So I'll be able to fill it quite a bit with Legos. This will probably last me for pretty much most of the rest of these. Well, maybe about half of what I've got left. Maybe not even that much. It all depends. But anyway, I'm ready for to open the next box. So we're going to do so. This should be now, according to my hopefully more accurate count, box number 7. And already off the bat, we have ourselves another sticker sheet. This one doesn't look like it has any of them removed, so this probably really was never done or finished. Add that into our other box over there. We also have some brand new bricks in a bag. Another one. This may be what that sticker book belonged to. It looks like some form of a, related to Friends or something of that nature. Looks like that might, oh, nope, we got one more. One more brand new bag. We also have an extremely large boat. Usually, then when they start getting to this size, Lego will have them in like separate pieces. From what I've seen, I do not have one this large. So this is a first. It's got a few pieces stuck to it. We'll get those out with the removal tool. But this boat will get washed just like any other. There's no difference in just not getting a good enough grip on this curved piece with the tool. I might be able to get under it this way. There we go. So that's why I said this. It's multi-function tool. But there's the boat. This is how it would be completely blank, and we will go ahead and just put this down at the bottom in a corner like that, take up less space. But yeah, that'll get washed like any other brick at this point. And that's one of the largest items in here. Here's another little sticker sheet that is missing a few stickers, so somebody started that one. That's mostly it for odd items at first, looks like it. All right, the rest of this is going to be builds and normal Legos, so we'll get started. Let me adjust the camera accordingly. I'm going to go ahead and move this over here a little bit, so that way it's in the realm of being easy to see for you guys, especially when I'm handling the Legos. I know in a few of my last ones, the location of the camera wasn't great. I was constantly pulling things off screen constantly like this, and you weren't getting a good view of them. So by having it closer to myself, I hope you'll get a better view of what's going on here. So back to sortation. Whoops. I noticed that a little too late. We have another piece with a damaged clip on one end. So we will put this in the trash pile. Now, I do remember my trick from last time, that you can use these holes to push bricks through. That was the thing I remembered from the last time, being a super easy way of doing it with those recessed areas like that. There's a Mega Bloks block, our plate. So into the Goodwill pile it goes. Looks like fairly clean, or at least well-kept grouping. Granted, I'm only a few handfuls into this, but I can already, kind of see into the remaining portion of the bag, everything looks pretty good. Again, with these bulk items, ignore the crying cat, please. He just wants to get out. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go take care of that. All right, I'm back after getting rid of letting the cat outside, so he stops interrupting. If I hadn't had my office door closed, he would have been in here doing it right in my face, practically, as cats like to do. Anyone who owns a cat, they know. We also recently got a new kitten, and the other cats aren't taking too kindly to that. We own 2 cats, and so they're not taking too kindly to the new kitten, which would make 3. But the new kitten is extremely brave. I have to give the kitten credit. I mean, it walks right up to those adult cats, doesn't care. They swat at it, doesn't care. It's probably one of the bravest kittens I have seen. Anyway, here we have non-Lego bricks. Again, spotted by the fact that it doesn't have any logo on the brick top, and the style, color, everything's a little different off on these. So into the Goodwill box they go. And basically, I think what I was getting to as I was trying to talk about when the cat interrupted me, that when you're buying these in bulk off eBay, you never know what you're gonna get. Yes, some of the pictures, the seller will post pictures of some aspect of the grouping online, but unless they specify every single piece, which you're not going to do in a bulk item, and unless they take multiple pictures of every angle, or, you know, the bricks flattened out on a full surface or something along that nature, you're not going to understand, you know, see what might be underneath the top layer, other than what they show you in the top layer. So, you know, it's also harder to tell based upon those pictures if the bricks are dirty, if they're going to contain a bunch of non-bricks. I mean, you know, some of the things you can look for is if you see bricks that are larger than others, you know. So, for example, Duplo versus Lego, that's pretty easy to identify. But after that, you know, you really can't tell. So, you never know what you're going to get fully in a bag. And as a result, there's always surprises, which is why I am continually doing these videos for you, even though to some of you this might be kind of repetitive, and it is in some aspects. I'm hoping that we will come across things that you haven't seen before, or, you know, if you were to do this yourself, what you would likely come across as you go about this. And that's basically the whole purpose of this sortation type video. Obviously, I could just skip to, you know, I've done 8 of these now, 7 of these now, and I could, videos I'm talking about, I could just skip to the wash process, go through the wash process, then go through final sortation and consider it done. I could do that, and I might do that. You might not ever see this video, but the thing is then you would miss out on some of the interesting things I find in some of these other boxes. And, you know, again, I figured it'd be entertaining, if anything, or at least interesting. And that's why I'm continuing to do this. It turns out that people just aren't interested in this aspect of things, then yeah, I will stop here. If you hear snoring again, that is my dog. Interesting, like a little ladybug. Not sure I've seen this one before, but the color's right, and I do see the logo there on the lip. This looks like a Lego antenna, but the end's not rounded, and they do round these ends, and I can tell that this doesn't have any form of a Lego. Now, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm going to check Bricklink, but I'm going to leave these two together for right now. Stick that in the Bricklink pile. That very well could be one, or it could not be. Not Lego. Has an AM mark on it, which I do believe is a Hasbro branded Lego, or, you know, brick or whatnot, but that'll go in the Goodwill pile. Can't believe it, but this looks like it's marked with Lego right there. Right on the, here, let me get in focus. Right where my finger's touching. So I'll move my finger out of the way. Yep, it's refocusing. It's marked with Lego. I wonder what this belongs to. It's rubber, whatever it is. So we'll throw that in there, but let me see if I can get this camera to stop autofocusing. There we go. Should have blurred everything else in the background. This is why I also try to keep one hand in the camera's view. If it does try to start autofocusing, my hand will prevent that from happening most times. From what I can tell, this is what I've learned over the last few videos. Even I'm learning things, as you are, maybe. I have to admit, it's not easy recording, especially when you're starting out. Another removal tool. Yeah, here we go. So this piece is a little deformed. You can tell right here, the stud, but it still looks like it's usable in fairly good condition, so we'll keep it. Here we have a, I'll show it better once I get all the other pieces out of it. We have a leaf that's been bent. You can tell it's not completely flat. No real stress mark though, so that's good. So we're just going to try to, bend it ourselves back into place a little bit. And there we go. It's a lot straighter. Not perfect, but a lot straighter. And so that one is perfectly usable. Huh. Piece of wood randomly inside. Almost looks like somebody maybe tried carving a boat shape out of it or something, but we'll put that in the trash pile. This must be one of those new saddles for the Friends sort of minifigures. The reason I say that is because the Friends minifigures, they'll have that divider on the inside to hold them in place, because they don't stick to stubs like regular Lego minifigures do. So they put those dividers in there to hold them in place, but it has the Lego branding, and so I'm, obviously we keep it, but that just tells me I think it's it's going to belong to a Friends set of some sorts. I found this at the bottom, another sticker sheet, completely not used. Throw that into the new Lego area box that I have. It's funny, sometimes when you open these chests, like, these chests or some of those briefcases or some containers that you find, you will find what some kids may consider treasure. Yeah, there's some interesting stories behind that. So this is a Friends minifigure bottom. This is what would fit into that saddle. That's why there's that divider in between, because they don't really, they don't really have full stud. They still will snap those stud, I believe, but it's not as solid as a minifigure connection. So that's why they have those dividers in between. My nose is bothering me a little bit more this morning than other days. So I do apologize for that. May have to stop for a second and blow my nose here in a minute. This is pretty, it's not somewhat filthy piece. I don't know if that's pen or ink, because sometimes what you'll find is, those are a pain too, is if you get a pen inside one of these bags and it's leaked, it's busted and leaked over all of the Legos. It does happen. Pen mark will come off. You just have to, again, soak it for a period of time. Dawn dish soap will do a good job of taking care of that. And that is what I use on the cleaning process. And sometimes it takes more than one scrub even. So what I'll do is I'll pull it out. I will scrub it with a toothbrush. And then if it doesn't all come off immediately, I put it back in the soaking tub for a little while longer. And then I do repeat the process till the pen comes off completely. Now, there are certain things that won't come off completely. Permanent marker, actually, surprisingly, not so permanent when it comes to Legos because of the plastic, but it will usually not fully come off. You might be able to get rid of most of it, but you won't be able to get rid of it completely sometimes. And then, so those pieces, you know, still keep those pieces because, again, functionality exists. It just won't be able to sell those as individual pieces. And if you're going to use them in builds, you just have to make sure that they're in locations that are where the mark can't usually be seen. Or if somebody doesn't care, then they don't care. But haven't really seen to be somewhat impressed, even in that bag that we had that was actually fairly bad. I haven't seen a lot of pieces that have been sun damaged, especially white. White is usually the white bricks are usually the worst. This has come to that. They usually start turning a tan color when they start getting sun damaged, and I haven't really seen a lot of that. So I guess kids haven't been taking the bricks outside, or at least leaving them out in the sun. But even if you don't take them outside and they're inside most of the days, if the sun can get to them, they'll start discoloring. And anyway, so maybe our kids just aren't getting enough vitamin D anymore. We all know that they're not outside as much. Again, delving into personal opinions. Oh, I've got a hair here. I can feel it. There it is. You can, yeah, see it on my hand there. It goes into the trash pile. This piece has been broken. You can kind of tell from the edges there, here and here. Plus, I'm not entirely sure this is a Lego piece at all, but it's been broken, so it's going to go in the trash pile. Remove. Okay, well, that's what you asked. See, Here's a piece that it's attempted to be similar and identical to a Lego piece for a Lego plant, but it is not. It's not got a branded stud at the center. So we'll throw that in the Goodwill box. But yeah, they try their best to imitate sometimes. This is why I check every single piece, as you know, well, pretty much every single piece for the Lego branding, to make sure it's authentic. Well, even though this is a piece of cardboard, I will throw this into the Goodwill box just because, you know, somebody could play with that. Ah, see, this, the first piece I took off was Lego. This piece is not here, and this is. So we're going to throw that into the Goodwill box. There we go. Another hair. It's blonde. This one's blonde. The other one was not. I can't seem to get the camera to focus on it, but trust me, it's there. Sometimes you can feel them before you see them. Stickers kind of coming off there. Wasn't placed center on this piece like it should have been. More than likely it will come off at some point. Might not right away, but it will at some point. I've had so you know, as here we go with a girl's barrette. Throw that in the trash pile. But what I was going to say is I've got sets from the 1980s that I've owned all my life, been played with heavily, and yet their stickers still last to this day. Not all of them, you know. I definitely had some that fell off over time, where I didn't put them on well, or they went across two pieces, and then when I would separate those two pieces and the sticker would kind of get a gap in it or something like that. And once the gap forms, then the sticker has a tendency to start rolling off with use, and then it eventually comes off. But I still have pieces to this day from when I was playing with them as a child, where the stickers are still on there perfectly fine. So just goes to show, you know, if they were put on right, they'll last. There's a hair. You can see that. Yep, on my hand there. Awesome. I'm gonna guess that this is a, well, I'm gonna put this in the break link pile. I'm not sure about this one. Could be a friend's piece. Their minifigure utensils tend to be a little larger because the figures are slightly larger. And that may be what that belongs to. Aha. So here we have a Lego branded panel on a Mega Bloks block. And some piece of food or something or another. Yeah. Trash. That's funny. They have the turntable portion on the underside of the turntable base. And technically, this is supposed to go in here, like that. I had a thought. Almost lost it. Yeah, let me pick that back up again. So, remember how we saying you can identify sets that might be in your bags and bulk boxes based upon the piece itself. It can also be done by the sticker. If I haven't mentioned that in the past, the stickers are a huge clue a lot of times as to what this piece obviously belonged to. Heart Lake News, that is definitely a friend's set and probably one of the Heart Lake models. And based upon this sticker, it would be very easy to identify where this piece came from within the Bricklink catalog. And once you get the set, you can sometimes figure out, you know, do you have the remaining pieces for that set and rebuild it. I don't think this is a Lego. I'll verify against Bricklink, but like I said before, Lego doesn't have angles that steep typically on there. And then, you know, this isn't. This cylinder, Lego's cylinders are hollow, or at least they have the center through. You could completely put a bar through these, and this one you cannot. Because it go in the Goodwill pile, but non-Lego, 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 and likely not a Lego. So I'm just going to throw all those in the Goodwill pile. Due to the hole on that one, I'm going to guess that this is a belonged on a keychain or necklace of some sorts. I'm going to put this in the, well, I'll throw it in the Goodwill box. There might be somebody who would play with that, a young person. You know, their imaginations are amazing sometimes with what they can come up with what they have. Which again is why I like Lego so much, because it just expounds upon that. Opens them to so many more opportunities. Oh, wait, nope. And I might have lost a couple in there. This is not a Lego. Throw that over there. This might also not be one, although I do think it is. I'm going to put this in the not Goodwill box, but in the Bricklink box to verify. But just goes to show those some assembled items can trick you. Hey, look at that. That's the other side of the armor piece that we found that was broke. Maybe this is a Lego piece. Maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and just trash it just because it's been damaged, and I don't think I could fix it well enough that it'll, you know, be functional anymore. Won't last anyway. There we go with a bobby pin. Trash. Getting down to my last few handfuls here. This is not a Lego. You can even see there's an AM inscripted on the bottom side of that, imprinted, I should say. So that's going to go in the Goodwill box. Whew, I almost didn't think this was a Lego. It has a sticker on the side, interesting. But it wasn't imprinted very well, but it does have the logo on there. Not a Lego. No Lego inscription at the bottom. Numbers, odd numbers at the top and bottom of the stud area, and so this is not a Lego. That for sure would have tricked me in the past. You know, it was a while before I managed to catch that. So I'm sure in my previous boxes that of sorted Legos that you saw in the tour, there might be one or two of those in there, because until you realize how far some of these go, you didn't know to look for it. And even when you go to look for it, you brain and your eyes play tricks on you sometimes, and you can't be perfect 100%. But at the end of this sortation, I'll show you how full, and it's not very full, but where I'm at with the Goodwill box. Just goes to show how much, you'll end up separating out non-Lego pieces. This one's broke, so trash. And, then if I was collecting all the trash at into one box, I could show you that, but I haven't been. I've been throwing those away at the end of each video pretty much. So I cannot show you the full trash amount that I get out of these boxes. Maybe I should, but at least can show you what I get out of the for non-Lego sortation. These are all non-Lego pieces. Here we go with the pin again. I will throw this into the trash pile, but since that's the second one we found in a different bag, you can make the assumption, and I would not argue against you, that this bag might be from the same area as the other bag we found the other pin in. Probably a Lego piece. I've have not had one of these before, but it probably is. I'm going to put it in the Bricklink pile for checking, but it probably is. It just looks like their quality colors. Got it. Here. Still have to check these on Bricklink, but I'm almost certain those are. And if there's ever any questions about why I do certain things a certain way and I haven't explained it, or if you have any just questions in general about the process and or me or the Legos, just leave a comment and I will try to answer as best as I can, either in another video or in the comments themselves. You know, because I could see somebody telling me, oh yeah, no, that was not a piece, or that was a piece, and I can explain, well, here's where I found it on Bricklink, or not found it and wasn't sure, and they can verify one way or the other. Things like that, or just questions in general, you know. At some point, maybe I will weigh all of the Legos that I own when I'm done, so you can get an idea of how much there is there, you know, just if you're interested in, again, not trying to make much to do about nothing. Some people might find that interesting, not sure. If you've got ideas for the channel, that would also be acceptable, you know. Again, willing to always try different things if it's within my capability. Getting to the very last few now. Trying not to grab them in large bulks because I don't want to grab the dirt and things at the bottom as well. See, like all of this stuff. I don't want it to accidentally fall in the box I just pulled most of these out of, if I can help it. Down to my less than 10 pieces. And that's it. As you can see, nothing else in that bag. Got some dirt at the bottom. See if the camera focuses, so it probably won't focus in the dirt, but you can see it's whatever's not clear plastic. But anyway, that's the end of that box. So, thank you all for joining me today. I hope if you learned something again or enjoyed it, and hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.